My name is Jim Bendixson. I've been a member of Immanuel pretty much all my life. My mom, as a teenager in the 30s, was Immanuel's organist. In the late 30s, Dad moved his mom and dad from North Dakota to a house on the north side of Missoula. It wasn't long before Dad heard about this amazingly cute girl at the Lutheran church who played the organ. Eventually, Dad joined the choir, and the rest, as they say, is history. In April of 1942, 74 years ago, Mom and Dad married at that Lutheran church on Alder, 2 weeks before Dad left for 3 years to serve in World War II. Mom continued as Immanuel's primary musician for many years, even into the new building on South Avenue. Some of my fondest memories about this place are of Mom playing the organ during worship. Fast forward to 1999. Mom and Dad had been retired for several years. In March of that year, Mom suffered a severe stroke, which left her disabled virtually 100%. Despite her disability, she insisted on living at home, which meant 24/7 care. She also insisted on being in worship at Immanuel every Sunday. So between my sister and I and her caregivers, we brought her to church. She always sat right up front, where the wheelchair cutout was, right in front of the band. She was so incredibly proud of her kids and grandkids, many of whom continue her legacy of doing music in the church. Mom was such a big personality. Physically, though, she was a very small lady. And fortunately for us, we were always able to carry her in her wheelchair up and down Immanuel steps for funeral receptions and smorgasbords. I don't think she missed any during those 10 years. Before she passed, however, I promised her that before I became immobilized by age or illness, I would do everything I could to help Immanuel get an elevator. I want to personally thank each person here for their support of Immanuel's Build Up the Body appeal. And on this Mother's Day, I know Mom is smiling down on this place called Immanuel.
My name is Nancy Marks. My husband Ron and I have been members at Immanuel since about 1980. Immanuel's always done much to extend hospitality to friends and strangers. In 2011, my mother, Joy Fagenstrom, moved to Missoula to be closer to family. She had been living in Arizona and needed to be closer to one of her children as she needed more support. One of the reasons she chose Missoula was that the folks at Immanuel had extended a hospitality to her. She once told me that she felt more at home at Immanuel than she had in the church that she had belonged to for the previous 10 years. Members at Immanuel welcomed and connected with her. Not only did she come to activities like smorgasbord cookie workshops, lefse workshops, or anything else that I drug her along to, but more importantly, members like Sandy Knutson and Ina Swanson not only invited her, but came and picked her up to take her to the monthly Naomi Circle Bible study. Others, like Lois Erickson, picked her up and took her to sit and knit and to fold bulletins on Thursdays. This was done without me having to be any part of the arrangements. Her neighbor at Grizzly Peak, Marlene Kovash, would even bring her to church on Sunday morning. Members at Immanuel became her friends. Mom lived here for nearly 4 years and looked forward to participating and being involved in activities at Immanuel. The last 6 months of her life, she began to have mobility issues. I particularly remember one time she went over to the church with me in the middle of the week when I went there to do some task. She took her walker, walked over to the top of the stairs, and said, "Let's see if I can do the stairs." She stood at the top of the stairs, took a hold of the banister, and looked up to me and just sadly shook her head. She never did go up or down the stairs after that. She would choose not to go to events, including VBS that summer, if it wasn't held in the sanctuary level. I'm proud to be a member of Immanuel, and I'm so excited to see this capital appeal project move forward. I look forward to the day when no one has to make a choice about whether they participate in activities at Immanuel just because they can't do stairs.